Today on the channel from the Jack's Classic Superstars 2-Pack Series 3, we've got Rowdy Roddy Piper and Stone Cold Steve Austin.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Jack's Classic Superstars unboxing and review. And today on the channel from the 2-Pack Series 3 Toys R Us exclusive line, we've got Stone Cold Steve Austin and we've got Rowdy Roddy Piper. But remember, for all your modern day wrestling figure needs, make sure you're hitting up Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. Got to get a deal out there. But today we're talking about a 2-pack that represents a little bit of an interview segment from WrestleMania 21, I believe it was, with Roddy Piper and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Really making me think about this time period and stuff. The interview was cool. It was all cool to see Roddy Piper and Stone Cold interacting and stuff. But man, can you imagine going back if Piper was around when Austin was in his prime or vice versa? Imagine the matches these two would have and all the trash talking that would go on. Would have been an all-timer for a feud, I'd have to imagine. But very cool to get this represented in a 2-pack, even though at the time really didn't feel classic. Obviously two classics, obviously two Hall of Famers here, but it just didn't feel quite like it was a Classic Superstars 2-pack when this was originally released. But then down the line, like a lot of classics we always talk about, really became classics. So that's where we are here today. And of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. So without further ado, let's look at the packaging here. Rowdy Roddy Piper, Stone Cold Steve Austin, beer can and a cooler. How about that? Austin with his knee pads on there, or I guess his knee braces on there. Piper with his kilt, not a soft kilt, a plastic kilt. But there they are, representing WrestleMania 21. On the side, you got Roddy Piper, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Yep, Piper's pit guest, Stone Cold. So there you go. That says a little something different there. On the side, two glamour shots going on, looking good. And right on the back, we got the big cross-sell down below of Series 6, which is interesting. UPC's warnings, of course. Stone Cold, Roddy Piper, tail of the tape. Let's see what it says about our old friend Piper and Stone Cold. Stone Cold debuted 1989, 252 pounds, 6'2". Finishing move, Stone Cold Stunner. Titles, WWE Heavyweight Champion, WWE Intercontinental Champion, WWE World Tag Team Champion. Favorite quote, and that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so. And Roddy Piper, debuted 1972, height 6'1", finishing move, the dreaded sleeper hold, of course. Titles, WWE Intercontinental Champion, WCW United States Champion. Favorite quote, when you think that you have all the answers, I change the questions. Very, very cool. Then, like I said on the back, promoting Series 6 of the Classic Superstars line. Bobby Heenan, One Man Gang, Doink the Clown, Coco Beware, The Legion of Doom, Earthquake, Andre the Giant, and Shawn Michaels. But without further ado, let's grab this out of the card, off the card. Let's unbox it. How about it? See what we got going on here. Gonna slide it out. Oh, there we go. Got it. Got it. See you later. Goodbye. Frisbee style. Plastic prison. There's old Hot Rod. There's old Stone Cold. Got a microphone. Got a beer can. Got a lot of fun. A lot of fun at WrestleMania 21. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Let's pull it out. Bam! Off the ceiling. See you later. And let's look at these accessories first. And I guess we'll start with Rowdy Roddy Piper. The microphone, I'm going to count as his accessory. I think that is fair. But we do get a black microphone, plain Jane. Seen it before. We'll see it again. We know how that goes. And then we get Rowdy Roddy Piper in his kilt. Don't you dare call it a skirt here. But a nice looking kilt here with the different kilt colors. We've had a few different kilts on Roddy Piper figures over the years, but this one works pretty good. I always do prefer a soft goods kilt. Maybe that's just me. But this, of course, is a plastic one. Buttons up on the side there. You got the old RP on the boots looking good. You got blue knee pads. No elbow pads on the old Hot Rod here. But he is pretending to cosplay as a member of the Four Horsemen here with the Four Horsemen finger hand and then a gripping hand on this side. Classic Hot Rod shirt, a favorite shirt of mine. I remember wearing that Hot Rod shirt. I still wear one to this day. A little different here, but I do have this exact same shirt. And I used to wear it in elementary school a lot as well. big hot rod guy, and I'm probably in the minority of a lot of people, but my favorite time of Roddy Piper's career was his Intercontinental title run with matches against the Mountie, of course, Bret Hitman Hart, that kind of era, the hot rod, into the announcing type era there. That was always my favorite era of Roddy Piper, and then probably WCW Roddy Piper, and then finally Hulk Hogan, WrestleMania 1 Roddy Piper, which I was not old enough for at the time to kind of understand it and follow along in real time, so that's probably the reason that's the case for me. But Piper, I've went back and I've seen tons of his matches, his Georgia run, things like that, some of his West Coast stuff. Just amazing talent, old Roddy Piper. A great movie star. Of course, They Live, one of the greatest movies of all time. So I've gushed enough about Roddy Piper here. This is a little shorter-haired Piper, of course, not the long flowing, which I really do prefer from the singles era. Of course, that's that Mountie Bret Hart era I was talking about. We did get that in Classic Superstars line, which was really nice. He does got the blue trunks on underneath this kilt as well. Got the piping on the red on the white shirt here. Got wrist tape going on. Just a plain Jane Roddy Piper, one of those Roddy Pipers you can really set your watch to. It's pretty much sums up Roddy Piper. Obviously not the long hair, maybe not some of the other shirts he's had, but really when people close their eyes, I think a lot of people do think of this as Roddy Piper when they're thinking of the hot Scot right there. So there's Roddy Piper. Now we're going to turn our attention to Stone Cold Steve Austin, and I got to be one of the few people in the world that preferred stunning Steve Austin over Stone Cold, or Dangerous Alliance Steve Austin over Stone Cold. Stone Cold, a lot for me, is a lot like Hulk Hogan. I didn't appreciate Hulk Hogan when I was a kid. I was always rooting against him. I wasn't a big fan, but now, all these years later, it's like I'm coming around to the Hulkster a little bit. I mean, he's nowhere near the top of my favorite, not even my top 10, but I do appreciate it, and I do appreciate the memories and the moment in time. Stone Cold is a lot of that same way. It got old to me every single week. If the internet was a bigger thing like it is now, back in the Attitude Era, people would be complaining, Stone Cold's on every week, he's taking all these segments, there's not enough wrestling. We'd hear so many complaints, and that was kind of me back in the day. I was like, yeah, I like WCW better because over Austin, because I want to see some of the luchadors. I want to see Dean Malenko and Chris Benoit. I want to see some Matt Classics and things. Where Stone Cold was a lot of talk a lot of times. It moved the story along. It was one of the best stories of all time. And like I said, long way to get here, but over the years, I do appreciate Stone Cold Steve Austin a heck of a lot more. I can watch those videos back, things back from Raw back in the day, for example, and look at it back in fondness. I remember sitting in my room, my bedroom, at my parents' house watching this. I remember screaming home from work, trying to get home in time, and I remember seeing this one. So it was really funny how kind of nostalgia and memories over time, maybe they weren't your favorite back then, but you're grown to like them, and the memories hold it over or something. I don't know. You guys probably know what I mean. But let's look at the accessories here. We do get a golden can. I guess this is the gold beer can. Is this like a Michelob? Isn't that a gold, or Modelo or something? I don't know. You guys know Kyle, straight edge Kyle over here. I don't know. But you do get this. The worst thing is always with these cans that we get with Stone Cold in different Jax lines, they don't fit in his hand. They're too big of a can to fit. So that's always kind of annoying. But I appreciate what they're trying to do there. And then, of course, the cooler. Austin all knows everything about a cooler. But it would have been nice as I throw it around. All white cooler here would have been nice to get it in black with some Austin, a rattlesnake on there, the Austin 316 logo, something like that to designate it as his. But it is a working cooler. You can throw that in there if you want to. You can close it up. He could carry the cooler if you need him to. So it is cool for what it is. It's just could have been better. Could have been better. How about that? Now we get old Steve Austin out of the package here. We got the Unleash Austin. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't the shirt say like Unleash Hell or something like that? Maybe I'm dreaming, but it does say Austin for here. You got the Stone Cold on the back there. Got jorts, man. He put a lot of investment into jorts. They were all the rage now. Back in the day, of course, you wear jorts now, everybody's going to make fun of you. What are you doing wear those jorts? Who knows? But I was never a big jorts guy. For whatever reason, I never really wore the denim shorts. They just were never for me. I always thought they looked weird even when they were in style. But what do I know? Once again, I'm not a fashionista. But we do got two black knee pads here. We got two black knee braces, black boots, got the black shirt, the black wrist tape. Stone Cold all day long. You know who this is. If you see the head sculpt on this one, you know it's Stone Cold Steve Austin. I guess I'll walk through articulation on Austin. Going to be the exact same for Piper as well. Arms do go all the way around. Bicep cut, single jointed elbow, back and forth at the hands. He's got a fist of fury like Austin should have. Head back forth, side to side, up and down. Waist articulation. Legs go up. Knees bend. Ankles bend, and that's all she wrote in the articulation department. That's the way it was back then, which, a simpler time, not a bad deal right there. But Stone Cold looking good for an interview segment, I guess we'll call it. Not so much a ring gear, but how many times did we see him in something similar to this on Monday Night Raw, coming out, really going to stun Shane McMahon, Vince McMahon, the Stooges, Sergeant Slaughter, whoever. Throw in whoever you want there. But a very cool Stone Cold. Maybe not the most iconic, but close enough. Close enough. And I'd say the same thing about Roddy Piper. Maybe not the most iconic, but once again, close enough. So not a bad 2-pack. However, at the time, I do remember myself saying, really wish this was a tag team, not just some interview segment, things like that. Save these for the single cards. Give me tag teams. We all know Jax didn't really follow that motto all the way through, as we do know. But there it is, Stone Cold and Roddy Piper. What are your guys' thoughts? You picked this one up back in the day. You looking for it now? Let me know in the comment section down below. Of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell. And don't forget about the old Patreon channel where you can get much earlier access to videos like this. Bonus content, Q&As, giveaways. You name it. A heck of a lot going on over the old Patreon channel. And best of all, you do support the channel and all the content. You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. And don't forget about social media. SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So for Roddy Piper and Stone Cold Steve Austin, I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.